politically and in the business circles in the UK. And so although there was a rumour of a rate cut today, the Bank of England has held that rate steady, which reflects better than expected economic activity in the UK during the last month.
And not just over the last month, but it seems as though the narrative has shifted a bit, right? That there had been a lot of predictions that the UK economy was really going to tank, and that we've seen some weakness, right? But that perhaps it hasn't been as bad as expected. But are we out of the woods? Because this is, even though the exit is happening within 48 hours, there's still a lot of process to get through.
Well, those in favour economists are thinking again a little bit about that. That said, the Bank of England again issued a note of caution this morning in its forecast. We don't know exactly what the nature of the relationship will be between the EU.
So we here have talked a lot about the US and the UK having to come to some sort of new trade agreement. The UK and the EU have to figure that out as well. And obviously the EU is the larger trading partner. How are business leaders thinking about how critical these various agreements are going to be? Do you think it's going to be, I mean, it's been thorny already between the UK and the EU. Is it going to be a rocky path to get these agreements done?
Well, I think, first of all, that's really the ideal situation, but change is happening. And so the preferred outcome for UK businesses and American companies that are located in the UK is for an agreement to be reached with the EU first. So to come to an agreement quickly, particularly on trade, so to preserve zero tariffs and zero quotas, to enable trade flows across the channel as soon as possible.
Do you think that can happen now?
I think it can happen. I mean, I think that if there's goodwill on both sides, and that's a big if, then it's perfectly possible to reach a trade agreement before the end of the year. Particularly around this so-called level playing field. The EU would like the UK to maintain the same standards as if it were on all sorts of issues, on goods and food and so on, as if it was still a member of the EU. The UK government has said, well, we're not going to do that. We're not going to guarantee that. We need to be
some of its services when it comes to implementing 5G. Is that going to be a problem?
It may be. I think the bigger one will be the decision to impose this digital services tax. Those who thought that there'd be just a love-in between Mr. Johnson and the president, it certainly hasn't started that way. There's a couple of points of real friction.
Yes, we'll see if they stay intact. Thank you so much, Duncan. Good to see you.
Pleasure.
Duncan Edwards, CEO of British American Business. Appreciate it. Well, Southwest Airlines is under pressure after a government report said it